GPS lost. Like, I mean, you are looking at your life and thinking, this can't be me. Because I'm not having any fun. I'm not feeling fulfilled. There's something wrong. I've gotten off track. Well, that happened to me. And it took a while. So when I talked to Kevin and I said, look, I've been going through this whole rediscovery phase, and I've been going through this whole realignment phase. So it became this journey for me to figure out, all right, what next? What's the next chapter? Because that chapter was fun for a while, and I loved doing what I did. Like, I really loved the work that I was doing. But I got seduced into doing things that, well, yeah, I can do that too. And, oh, okay, well, it's not really my sweet spot, but yeah, it's all right. I may not know it 100%, but I'll figure it out. And I'm sure that I will figure it out before I fall flat in my face. And I always did. But I found myself working with people whose values didn't align with mine. And I found myself doing things that, yeah, I can do them, and I can do them really, really well. But it brought me no joy, none whatsoever. And I didn't want to get up in the morning because there wasn't any inspiration to going and working with that group of people, or doing that project, or doing whatever I was doing. There wasn't any joy. It didn't bring me any fulfillment. And I didn't feel like I was adding as much value as I love to add. So all the projects that I do, they have to be something that I really resonate with, and I can walk home that night or end the project and say, that was good. I feel good about that. I feel good that my name is attached to that. So the difficulty when you're lost and you own the company is a big one. That's a problem, because I'm an independent. So I choose what I do, and I choose the people that I work with. Like, when you're a consultant, like I am, you get to do more choosing than if it was I work for somebody else. So those of you in the audience that have gotten lost or may feel lost now, you know that your path is, well, maybe I'll go and change jobs. I'll go work for another company. But the company's mine. Okay? Or if you're lost and you're working for somebody else, you think, well, maybe I can go and switch departments. I'll go and ask for a promotion that gets me into something else, that gets me moving and getting more excited about doing things because I'm stretching, right? I'm going outside of my comfort zone. And I'm okay with being outside of comfort zone. Don't get me wrong. I'm really good at taking that walk through vulnerability, because I am firmly knowledgeable about the fact that I've got the courage to do that, and I will come out the other end. So when you're lost and you own the company and it's your business, you have to look at things differently. I always like looking at quotes. George Bernard Shaw's most famous quote, that for me anyways, is that life is less about discovery and more about creation. And I believe that. And a lot of times when I'm coaching people, or when I'm going through leadership training, and development programs and all of that, I will tell that this is something that you get to create. So somewhere along the line, when I got along the road, when I got lost, I forgot about what I was creating. And I was getting sucked in, and I was getting seduced by, well, okay, so it's a bigger project with a company, so that'll look good on the, on the portfolio, yay. And the money. Oh my God, you get sucked in by the money, eh? So it's, like, okay, so that's another project that this company wants me to do. I don't particularly like working with this company, but it's cha-ching in my bank account. So you get seduced to do that. And I forgot about creation. So in my journey of looking forward, it's not that I had to discover who I was, because I know that. I know who I am, all the good, the bad, the crazy, the brilliance, all of that sort of stuff. I know that. First principle of leadership is know thyself. So if I teach that all the time, then I damn well better know what it is. So I know who I am, and I know what I resonate with. Where I got lost was I forgot what was most important to me, what gave me joy. So just like every other business consultant, you kind of look to strategy, right? Well, I'll strategize my way into the goal that I want. So just like, you get taught in business school, you take your goal, you decide that's where you want to end up, and you reverse engineer, and you set your processes to get there. But the essence of strategy that most of us forget about, strategy is more about what not to do than it is what to do. So I sat myself down in my office, and I started writing out what not to do. And I looked at what are the things that I am doing now that don't make me happy, bring me no joy, don't fulfill me, I don't feel good about it. And the list just kept getting longer. People that I was working with, ideas that I was promoting, that I didn't 100% resonate with. Like, I was a little bit different. I wanted a different approach to things. I wanted more. I wanted more to be able to put on the table than what was being offered by other people. And I thought, okay, so these are the things not to do. And once you get to that point, then you start looking at it and you think, okay, so what do I do? And I happened upon, I read a lot. Anybody that knows me knows that I've got this really great library. And all my books, I never lend them out because they're marked up. They're my books. They have my notes in them, right? So anybody here know Simon Sinek? Start with why, right? His latest book that he has out now is called The Infinite Game. Go out and buy it. Honestly, it's the best read I have ever gone through. And I started understanding that I've always been part of the infinite game. So my husband and I, who's sitting over there, 46 years, he actually stuck with me, which I'm really happy about. We own a farm. There isn't anything that more defines the infinite game than farming, because we look at sustainability consistently. And I tended to go away from that. So it was the sustainability of me. And I look at what can I do that actually will, one, inspire me to get up every single morning. Eager to go to work, eager to do the project, eager to write the keynote, eager to develop the training and development program, eager to do whatever I had to do that day. That was number one that stayed with me, and that became my first role. Second was, what brought me joy? What are the things that I've done in my life that actually literally brought me joy? And I know the things that I resonate with. When people ask me, well, what do you do when you do really well? I mean, my answer is pretty down pat. I tap people into place, and I do it really, really well. 12 years I was a lobbyist on the National Front. What did I do? I tapped people into place. I took the politicians of the day, and I tapped them so that they understood what the policies that we were trying to promote were, what the position was. And you moved them to a position where they understood it, and they bought it, and they were coming along with you. And there was give and take. So that's what I knew how to do really, really well. So and that gives me joy. And it still does. When I work, when I'm doing coaching, when I'm doing training and development, what I'm really doing is tapping people into place. Do you get the aha? Do you get into a position where you understand, that's it? I resonate with that. I understand that. I get it. And the third thing that has to fit into my life now is at the end of the day when I go to bed, I have to go to bed with the idea that this was a day well lived. It's fulfilling. So for me, what not to do is anything that doesn't fit into those three categories. And that's what I go forward with. So when you're looking at your life and you know that you've got sucked into something that you don't want, the thing to remember the most, and I know it is for me, because I actually wrote it down and I pinned it to the frame that's sitting on top of my computer, it is literally just, you're looking at it and you're saying, are you creating your life, or are you letting somebody else do it for you? And that stops now. No one creates my life. I create my life. I hope I've inspired you. Thank you very much for the nods, for being engaged, and thank you very much, Kevin, for the invitation.